All right, well, those are our headlines today. Let's have a closer look at those one by one.
The central bank has released a report that indicates the nation is set to reach negative economic growth by 2050 if it fails to reverse its accelerating birth rate decline.
우리나라가 현재 가속화되고 있는 국내 출산율 하락 현상을 반전시키지 못할 경우 2050년께 성장률이 0% 이하로 추락하게 될 것이라는 한국은행의 보고서가 나왔습니다. Tell us more, Paul.
Yeah, so this new report from the Bank of Korea establishes that in 2021 we had the lowest level of fertility amongst the OECD, the 35 countries there, at 0.81. And we're measuring this by the number of children on average that a woman has between the age of 15 to 49. We're actually the second lowest in the world. Among 217 countries, according to this report, Hong Kong is number one with 0.77 and South Korea is number two. And what this means is if we continue on this path, if there's no change, no resolution, then we're going to be reporting negative growth in our economy in 2050. Our overall population will fall below 40 million in 2070. We're at 51 million now. And we could be in trouble. And the Bank of Korea is saying that the reasons why we have this record low birth rate, it's tough competition, it's difficulties in getting jobs, it's about the high costs of apartments, of residences, and also rising concerns over child safety. There are lots of issues about this. But the big issue is Korea's birth rate is going down.
Exactly. Theoretically, we all know this. It makes sense and we understand.
Yeah.
Less babies means less economic action and activities going on, and so less money. However, when it comes to the reality, we also need to have other things in store, policies perhaps, that spur on birth and people having bigger families. But this is a really tough issue, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think this report is perhaps a wake-up call from the Bank of Korea to saying to Korea as a nation and to the government, hang on, we're on a trajectory that's not good for the country.
Yeah.
Something needs to change.
Absolutely. Now let's have a look at our first vocabulary. It says that this central bank report indicates something.
Yeah, if something indicates something, it's showing it or it's pointing to it. For example, if you're a driver, if you're on the road this morning, you've probably used your indicators a couple of times.
And I did.
Yes. So on the way to work, you indicate that you're turning left or indicate that you're turning right. You're showing the person behind you and the person in front of you what you're going to do. So if something indicates something, it's telling us what's going on.
네. 인디케이터, 지금 운전하시는 분들 아니면 지금 운전해서 출근하신 분들 아마 오늘 아침에 한두 번쯤은 쓰지 않았을까? You indicate that you're going to turn right. You indicate that you're going to turn left. 바로 방향 지시등을 인디케이터라고 합니다. 그래서 이 깜빡이를 썼을 때 I indicated that I'm going to turn right or left 이렇게 표현하면 되겠고요. 이 등 자체는 indicator. 네. 이게 뭘 하는 거냐? 뭔가 알려주는 것이죠. indicate 한다는 것 자체가. 자, 그래서 이 중앙은행에서 우리 한국은행에서 보여준 이 리포트가 뭘 알려주느냐? 자, 아까 우리가 얘기했던 대로 출산율이 계속해서 하락을 한다면 2050년 정도가 됐을 때 경제 성장률이 0% 아래로 떨어질 것이다. 이걸 보여주고 있어요. It indicates that. And the next expression is that the birth rate decline needs to be reversed.
Yeah, it needs to go back the other way. It needs to go back to where it was before. In fact, if you've been driving again today and you've been parking, there's a good chance that as well as going forward, you've gone in reverse, meaning the car went backwards.
Oh yeah, I just realized both of the terms today have something to do with driving.
Yes, I thought it was an interesting example to
그러네요.
give.
네, 우리 후진할 때 라는 글씨 있죠? reverse의 약자입니다. 그래서 뒤로 가다라는 뜻이 있는데 역행하다의 의미예요. 원래는 reverse라는 것은 반대로 하다. 그러니까 계속해서 우리나라의 출산율이 떨어지고 있는데 이거를 반대로 올라가게 하지 못한다면 이런 의미로 if we fail to reverse the declining birth rate라고 할 수 있겠네요. All right, here's the headline again. The central bank has released a report that indicates the nation is set to reach negative economic growth by 2050 if it fails to reverse its accelerating birth rate decline. Let's move on to the second headline.
Indonesia